Welcome to Awaken Together with Christina. Guys, today I want to do a video on how to use an orgone accumulator blanket. This blanket is the blanket that Life Force Tools Orgone shop makes, and the print side is the side that will face your body. And before I get started on the how-tos, I just want to say that the orgone accumulator blanket is a tool. It is a life force energy tool to help your body to balance the energy in your body for optimal health and happiness. So make sure that you follow the instructions of the blanket so that you can get the maximum benefit from it. And so that there are a few don'ts, and so that you don't have any bad energy to come through the blanket. So you want to make sure that the print side is facing your body. So if you have a tummy ache, just make sure that the print side is facing the body. And also, if you can remove your clothing while using the blanket, that is best. That way there isn't any barrier between you and the blanket. The thicker the barrier, the thicker the clothing layer between you and the blanket, the less effective that the blanket will be. So if you can't remove your clothing, then just make sure you have a light layer, and that'd be fine. So put the print side facing your body. Make sure there isn't anything on the other side of this blanket that would be a barrier between the blanket and life force energy freely flowing through the blanket. So, of course, that's easy to do when you want to put the blanket on your tummy side or your front side. But if you want to put the blanket on your back, let's say you have a back issue, then you just want to lay down and put the blanket like on top of your back so that there isn't anything on the other side of this blanket. You wouldn't want to go like this up against the chair, because the chair is going to block the chi energy from freely flowing through the blanket. So you'd want to lay down and use it like this. Okay. And you want to make sure that this blanket does not get wet. Do not wash the blanket, because there is still wool in this blanket. The still wool is the component that pushes the life force energy out of the blanket. So if you get the still wool wet, it will become ineffective and it will not push the life force energy through the blanket any longer. So don't get it wet. If you need to wash it or freshen it up, just get a cloth, very, very slightly damp, and then just spot clean it with your very slightly damp cloth. And then you want to dry it. I would just take a dry towel and just wipe it down, and then put it in the sun. And then the general effectiveness of the blanket does decrease when it's wet and raining weather. The blankets work best when it's warm and sunny out. While you're storing the blanket in between uses, you want to store it on top of a table, a chair, a dresser, etc. And if you can place it by a window where the sun can hit it during the day, that would be absolutely perfect, because the sun will help charge the blanket and keep the energy clear. When you use the blanket, you want to use the orgone blanket for 5 to 30-minute sessions. Because you can get overcharged with the blanket. You just want to pay attention to what your body is telling you when you use the blanket. Some people even work up to a 30-minute session. So listen to your body when you're using the blanket. If you do get overcharged, which means you just get like a little tingly, you get like this kind of a overwhelming feeling almost, just remove the blanket, and most times it'll just dissipate as soon as you remove the blanket. If it doesn't, all you got to do is just run water over that part of the body or just over your head, and it will quickly dissipate. You only want to use a blanket on your head for maximum 3 to 5 minutes, because your head area is more sensitive to the energy than any other part of the body. So use it for 3 to 5 minutes. You still have an issue that you need to work on after that, wait for 15 to 20 minutes, put the blanket back on your head for a maximum 3 to 5 minutes and remove it. There are 2 instances where I have used it in our family and it just, no. When you have a fever, because it can increase the fever. And then if you have a really serious bad tooth pain issue, no. So it doesn't help with it. It actually may even intense the tooth pain. So don't use it for fevers or intense tooth pain. Do not use the blanket around electrical equipment, radioactive gadgets, or environments, because the energy that is around this blanket will get pushed through the blanket into your body. So again, make sure you're not around like refrigerators, stoves, water heaters, washers, dryers, TVs, TV remotes, cell phones, computers, television, speakers, microwaves, etc., etc. Stay away from it while you're using the blanket. You don't want that bad electrical energy to be pushed into your body, okay? And then you can move the blanket to any part of your body. Say if you want to, if you have an issue on your arm, you want to put it on your arm, I would just completely surround my arm with it. Same with my legs. If you're small like me, you might be able to halfway put it like half on your back, half on your front. Yeah, but you can target the area that you would like to work on, or the area that needs a little relief. You can put the blanket directly on those areas. And then again, when you store the blanket in between sessions, just make sure it's in a well-ventilated area. You don't want to put anything on top of the blanket, and store it where the sun can hit it if possible. And that's how you're going to get the max benefit from your blanket. And of course, I don't make any claims that the blanket can treat or cure any ailment or any disease. I do not claim that. Please seek medical attention when it is needed. I never claim that the blanket can treat or cure any ailment or disease. So there's my disclaimer. But the blankets are absolutely gorgeous. I have several designs that are available now. This is my 18 by 23. And these other 2 that I have are 24 by 24. So, Life Force Tools, my shop is on Etsy. I also have a page on Facebook, Life Force Tools, orgone shop. So come check me out.